Thanks everybody, and thank you Jane for the opportunity to present today. So Brightstar, we are a West Australian gold developer. Hi Flinny. We are focused on two main projects in Western Australia, our Goldfields project and our Sandstone project. The business has been around in its current iteration for about 3 years now. In that time, the business has gone from 1 employee to about 150 at the moment. The resource base has grown from 400,000 ounces to over 4.5 million ounces. We were very keen advocates early on in the journey for Brightstar on M&A, and we did 5 or 6 M&A transactions, really focused on trying to build a business that will be genuinely a mid-tier producer. We always wanted to be at a 200,000 to 300,000 ounce per annum producer, and we're on our way to achieving that task. The first project we're developing at the moment is our Goldfields project. So we are fully funded, permitted and in construction at the moment. We're building a 1.5 million tonne per annum plant in the Goldfields region. That'll see us producing about 75,000 to 80,000 ounces per annum, starting from June next year. So less than a year away, we're pouring first gold. For us as a business, we've been mining for the last 3 years under an owner-operator for our underground mines, but toll milling. Originally through the Gwalia plant with St Barb's, and then Genesis, and then the Mount Morgans mill. So we've been mining for 3 years now as a business. And as an owner-operator, that means we've got all the systems and the processes, the staff, everything is a business that's needed to be a successful mining company is already in the organisation. So for us, we are constructing our mill, comes online next year, and that's essentially stage 1 of the growth journey. That sees us producing, as I mentioned, about 75,000 to 80,000 ounces a year. At current spot, I think it makes close to $200 million a year in free cash flow. 80,000 ounces as a producer is interesting, it's a good asset, but it's certainly not a tier 1 project, and it doesn't get you to be that mid-tier scale. So kind of 1 to 2 years ago, we'd identified that, and we're really keen on projects with scale. We identified the Sandstone region as something that was really ripe for consolidation. So you fast forward 2 years, we've bought 3 different companies to give us that portfolio. We had a resource upgrade out last week. So the Sandstone project is 2.9 million ounces. Importantly, it's had a very poor historic exploration history. These assets have not been comprehensively drilled at all. And we thought there's an opportunity here to genuinely find something that could be 5 or 10 million ounces in Sandstone. It's a great part of the world. The sealed highway from Leinster to Mount Magnet runs through the project area. Off to the west, you've got the Murchison district, and obviously past here, New Murchison there, and the Ramelius and the West Golds of the world. It's a great part of the world to build mines. We see Sandstone as genuinely being a 200,000 ounce per annum potential producer as a standalone asset. There's not many of those around in Western Australia. A great comp for us for Sandstone would be Bullabulling with Minerals 260 as a genuine project that's got that scale. So fast forward a few years from now, and we should be a 200,000 to 300,000 ounce producer, and that would see us firmly in the top 5 or 6 gold producers on the ASX. The assets are there. We've got 4.5 million ounces of resources. We don't need to do any more M&A. We are fully funded to build it. We have cash flow starting in June of next year, and that's really the first step in our growth journey. It's been a pretty impressive, well, not impressive, but pretty busy journey for the last couple of years, and we're excited to be building our mill. Being an owner-operator and being our own producer is important. We were successful in our toll milling journey with Genesis, but the reality is that the margin captured by the miller it's a big number. So for us, the opportunity is to try and bring that in-house, capture that margin, be a standalone producer, and use that to leverage off future growth in the Goldfields area. That cash flow is important for us because it gives us the balance sheet and the cash flow to build Sandstone. And that's an important differentiator. When we go to build a 200,000 ounce per annum producer, we'll be producing 80,000 ounces and making $200 million a year in free cash flow. So you think about your traditional risk curve, for us when we want to go finance Sandstone in 18 months' time, we've got a good balance sheet, you'll have cash flow being produced, and that gives us a really good platform to go fund Sandstone and get that project into development. To date, we haven't done any kind of meaningful exploration in Sandstone. We've been very focused on improving the quality of that resource. A lot of infill drilling, a lot of diamond drilling, geotech, met, doing the technical work really well. We're kind of transitioning now into a growth phase for Sandstone. So even though we added 500,000 ounces in the last 12 months, we weren't really trying. I think that just speaks to the opportunity at Sandstone. Most of our drilling is in the top 150 metres from surface. As a goldfield, it's had very limited exploration, and that for us is what was so exciting. So we're very excited about the opportunity for us to add material ounces to this over the next 6 to 12 months. We'll have another resource upgrade out at the end of the year. We'll have a pre-feasibility study out by the end of the year at Sandstone, and we're hoping it's going to show genuinely probably the best development project in Western Australia. And that's an exciting business to be involved with. It's been a long 3 years. I feel like I've aged 30 years. But it's we're at a kind of inflection point now in the business, and it's exciting. So thank you all for the opportunity.